Yang berhormat Saudara Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Adi Hassan, Timbalan Ketua Menteri, who is also the Minister for Industrial and Entrepreneur Development and Second Minister for Urban Development and Natural Resources. Yang berhormat Datuk Seri Wong Soon Koh, Minister for International Trade and E-Commerce, and also the Second Minister of Finance, the Honorable Assistant Ministers, Dato' Nordin and Yang Berhormat Malcolm, Yang berbahagia Dato' Henry Lau Likong, Group Managing Director of KTS Group, distinguished guests, speakers, participants, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to express my appreciation to the organizer for giving me the honor this morning to officiate the inaugural Borneo Entrepreneurship and Investment Convention in Kuching. I would like to congratulate Sihua Group and the state government through the two ministries for organizing this convention. Congratulations to the organizer. Indeed, this convention is very timely when the business landscape has changed because of technology. I have been given this text of my speech, but after I came in this morning and seeing all of you, all like Bill Gates without tie, I think I have to divert a bit from my text, but to share with you the trend as well as the policies of the government in view of the changing business landscape and also the role of technology. I will share with you about 5 issues in this changing landscape. One is digital economy, which is basically the use of devices and the use of connectivity, either cloud computing, either fiber optic, or any other connectivity infrastructure. Then I will share with you the new businesses that are created because of this change in technology. Number 3, I share with you what Sarawak has and how the use of this technology will add value to what Sarawak has. Of course, number 4 is the question of sustainable development in view of open market as well as competitive environment in business. Touching on digital economy, you cannot avoid the impact of digital transformation. eBay started it. When eBay started, the way people are selling their products, that has really changed the old text that we study in school. Kotler's theory has no relevance anymore, because the market forces now depends on what we call community marketing. Previously in school we studied, you have branding, you got advertising, and all those theories. But today it is community marketing. You just imagine Facebook. Facebook has a community, I was told, about over 3 billion. If you just place your product in Facebook, you have a market of 3 billion. And it is through Facebook community. And Facebook is stronger than any nation. A nation, you got citizen, Malaysian citizen, 30 over million. But Facebook about, say, 3 billion citizens under Zuckerberg. And Zuckerberg is the visionary king. Because he controls these 3,000. And then through your individual connectivity, you have access to these 3 billion. And that is your market because of technology. Number two, once you got the market, of course, it has link to your production. Previously, we studied in school the 3 factors of production, land, labor, capital, which is now no longer relevant. But then your production, your product can be linked to this sort of new marketing strategy. And in other words, that you can be anywhere in the world, and then through your digital economy, you can sell your product anywhere in the world. And this process of production also have to use technology. Today, you are talking about what we call AI, artificial intelligence, where robotic operation is used, where technology is used, and this, of course, change the issue of labor. You no longer depend on human labor, you depend on your devices in the process of production. And this, what they call precise production, because it is based on program that you have fixed into your process of production through technology. And it's something which is different from before. Meaning, you can sit in your office, but you can see your factory in your office. Or at the same time, you can have your control through what they call sensor. And this sensor is the chip that will control your production, where your production will be efficient, and right to the dot in terms of specification. And this will be linked to your market, meaning the linkages is there. And these are the transformation that has changed businesses. And what Sarawak can offer, for that matter, Borneo can offer. I like your word, bridges. Bridges. Bridges mean you want to connect. In this case, internet is the bridge. And the internet infrastructure is the bridge. That is why the state government aggressively, we are trying to upgrade our digital infrastructure, including speed. You cannot have internet if you have only 5 Mbps. You cannot link to the global market where your gateway is very small to the international internet infrastructure. And your speed must be at least 150 Mbps in certain area. Because 150, if you share among yourself, they become 5 Mbps. So what you do, you want to sell your product, but you have this thing coming up in your devices. I'm sure you do not want to sell only the circle. You want to sell your product through visual. And this is very important, and the state government, when I assumed office as CM, that was my first priority, to increase internet connectivity and speed. The reason is, the moment you have that speed, that bridges, that connectivity, there's no divide between urban and rural. And there is no divide between the producers in the rural area and the producers in urban area, because you are directly linked to the market. You just imagine you send a picture of durian hanging. With so many durian, you send to your buyer in China. Then they say, oh, how much is the price? Then you start negotiating over internet. This is my price. How much you want? And this is the volume. If you're ready, then you just sign between you and your buyer. Of course, through internet. But in order to be safe, why not you just go to China once to make sure that this is not a fake buyer. So, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the way we do business today, and therefore the state government is emphasizing on this basic infrastructure, and agriculture is our forte. Agriculture is our strength. We have land. The climate is quite favorable to us. And it's a question of identifying the right products from our land and to be placed in the international market. I was once in Tasmania, and this research body was telling me the correlation between food and population. They say that our population worldwide by 2025 could be about 4 to 5 billion. Now it's about 3 billion, 4 billion, 6 billion. 6 billion, 2025 will be more than that, about 8 billion. I think about 8 billion if I remember. And there is a correlation between food production and demand of food. And they study that is, pollination is by insect, by bees. Then the population of bees have reduced because of environment. The bees' life cycle is now only about 3 weeks after that they mati. Meaning there will be a reduction in bees. Once bees are reduced, pollination will be reduced. If pollination reduced, fruits will be reduced. If fruits is reduced, food will be reduced. And there you are. Population naik, food turun. In business, meaning there is a demand. If that is the situation, Sarawak got the land. The bees here still live longer because of our environment. Meaning a lot of production of food, and you will feel the vacuum of the the shortfall of food production. And that is where you can play in the world market. But then you cannot use the present mode of farming. Kalau pakai cangkul, you cannot meet the demand. Meaning you have to change the way you do your farming that is based on what we call today precision farming, where all is done by technology, by IoT, Internet of Things. Once you get the land, you can program the volume of your products through technology. And even you know how to manage your farm by sensor. We have tried at Rampangi through fertigation to produce rock melon and other vegetables. And you can program it. Even you are somewhere in KL, you travel somewhere, you just take your telephone devices and connect to your farm, whether your device has sprayed fertilizer or not, because all are programmed. At 4 o'clock, the spray of fertilizer is there with precise combination of fertilizer and water. And that how you manage your farm. And then while you negotiate with your buyer, you just click your telephone, you know what is the volume of your products from your farm. And this is what we want in Sarawak. We want precision farmers. People who take farming as an entrepreneurship, something that is done on business mode, no longer the traditional mode. After all, we got land. That is why the government has decided to set up what we call agro park. Agro park with all the basic facility there, just like industrial park. The only thing is that one you got factory, but this one is you got plants. And then you manage your farm according to your spec, and then through what we call a cycle. And therefore, your production will be sustainable according to market. After all, you don't need much land. You need 50 acres, sudah cukup. The only thing is, you produce chili, 50 acres a lot for chili. Even 5 acres for chili is enough. And chili is a raw material for certain food. And these are what we should do in terms of what we call precision farming. And Sarawak has advantage on that because of our land. Plenty of land. But sometimes people got land, but they sell the land. Some people ambil tanah, apply tanah sama orang tengah. The government, we see, okay, you want the land for production, kasih, tapi dia jual after that. And then after that, tidak ada tanah, blame government for not giving land. Why? Because short of creativity and vision. Once you have your basic material, what you should do, you must have certain vision, what you want to do. And that depends on the availability of your basic prerequisite to produce certain thing. And then you meet your vision. If you don't have vision, macam ini sajalah, ekot-ekot saja. Tapi kalau if you have that vision, what you want to do, then you focus. Once you focus, then you do your research and try to modernize whatever process of production you have in order to be efficient, number one. Number two, cost saving. And number three is your margin. After all, if you don't talk about margin, don't go to business. you must talk about margin. And this margin is definitely between production and sale. And that is your margin. And if you move forward, I think we are on the right track. Sarawak government, of course, now GPS government, is emphasizing on that. We are having this direction, after all, it's GPS, global purchasing system. We must have certain direction. And this direction must benefit entrepreneurs. When I say entrepreneurs, my definition is Sarawakian. Sarawakian must build bridges also with your customers. Be there Peninsula Malaysia, maybe there in ASEAN, maybe in China, Korea, Japan, Europe. You build the bridges. You identify what is our strength. Sarawak has that strength. We have rich biodiversity resources. And these biodiversity resources cannot be found anywhere except in Borneo. Kalimantan, Brunei, Sabah, and Sarawak. That is why we have what we call Heart of Borneo. And this is our strength. What we need is research on our rich biodiversity. This is, as you know, the development of biotech, and you can produce a lot of products based on our raw materials in our jungle. Even I noticed just now, you know, the beads. The beads is from a special clay. Kalau lawas banyaklah this bead, this clay. And this clay can be transformed into very expensive beads. And that depends on design. And this design can be calibrated through your, what I call, computer. You just do the design, and then you add a bit of shining thing lah, macam star lah. That one become a very expensive. Ladies punya ini pakaian, and that one is a lot. I think I was in Laos recently with Dato' Amar Wang Tengah, and we were presented with one necklace. My wife lah, bukan me lah. From that clay, I think that one, if you see in Harrods, sure, at least 2,000 and 3,000 pounds. But very nice, you know. After all, how much? I think that one is just a clay. You just imagine if you do the packaging, and then you sell overseas, and that's where your market is. That is online. I know. The other important thing about these bridges is logistic. They order online from you, but you need to sell it at certain time. So logistic is important, and the government is establishing what you call digital free trade zone near Kuching International Airport. We are investing a lot of money. Samajaya, part of Samajaya, we call a digital free trade zone, and hopefully we can link to the other players, particularly Jack Ma punya Alibaba, where that area becomes stockist for you to stock your barang, your products, and then sell it out through plane. Logistic, very, very important. That's where I think AirAsia can come in, the other logistic companies can come in to make sure that if we have the volume, then we sell it through air carrier. And government is looking at that. And as I said, Dato' Amar Wang Tengah, and Datuk Sri Wong Sungko, because of international trade, the two are coordinating in terms of our infrastructure, including the digitalized, we'll call this free trade zone. And that will be a basis for us to establish the bridge between us and the market. Finally, I would like to share with you the question of the entrepreneurs themselves. We got all this, but if the entrepreneur has no innovative ideas, hasn't got the creativity, then it is just like that. Creativity, as you know, by definition, is something that comes out from your vision. That is creativity. And then you do a lot of research, and after that you say, okay, you create something new. Sometimes it's just an additional one or two from the basic, then become a new product. So creativity must be there for entrepreneur. And then that creativity linked with your innovation, you want to innovate. You have to make sure that what you have in your mind is translated into something real. After all, it's a question of the mind and something real. They call it artificial, what I call world to a real world, a visual world to a real world. And that, I think, is what creativity is all about. And entrepreneurs must have that creativity. At least today, inaugural, what I call convention, you are creating Borneo. Borneo is the third largest island in the world, having all the great economic potential. You know why people are trying to have influence over this area, be it China, be it US? It's because of the potential we have. The largest hydrocarbon potential is in this area. In terms of hydrocarbon, oil, gas, you just mentioned. And also, in terms of climate, is so this area. In terms of sea route, is also this area, because you are on an island, and you are access to the market. And we are just central. Kalau Bintulu, it's just between China one end, and Middle East, India, the other end. And just like that. Meaning, if you have logistic from Bintulu, you send to China, you send to India, it's same distance. And we are right in the middle of global engine of growth. India, over 1 billion, China over 1 billion, ASEAN 600 million, at least half of world population is here. That means you have 3 billion mouths to feed. And then just imagine you jual pisang satu, they need 3 billion pisang to be sold. This is just creativity, and Borneo is in the middle. And that is why Borneo Entrepreneurship, I think, is very much relevant to the changing economic landscape of the world. What we need is more Zuckerberg, more Bill Gates, more Jack Ma. I hope Borneo will produce more Jack Ma, more Bill Gates, more Zuckerberg. With that, I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.